Welcome to another installment of Tag Me In, where the triple threat brain trusted tag over the good, the bad, and everything in between in the world of professional wrestling. I, of course, am the unofficially official Lip Dizzle, joined with none other than the so-called visionary, the hill by nature, Scoot Rollins.
I will say being exiled from the Scoutical has not been so bad as of late. I am starting to find my way, and all will be revealed in due time.
Fair enough. And of course, ladies, he dressed for the occasion.
I mean,
The heartthrob of the IWC, Mr. Jaeger Bombastic, so fantastic that even though she kept them hidden at War Games, Cheeks Dolan unleashed the cheeks on the following episode of NXT 2.0. Jaeger Bombastic.
Damn.
the heartthrob.
If you look, I wasn't wearing this when she did. Otherwise, I had to go all berserk on her.
See, this guy.
He's look, ladies, he's been feeling himself a lot more lately. I don't know why. I don't know what's got up in his pimp juice, but
you see all the muscles out and everything.
When you depose somebody from their self-proclaimed Scoutical,
you know what? And here's the thing: I forgot that he won.
Yeah.
It's just because I've been so humble about it, Like I haven't been the ring bearing, crown wearing, show off that I am. I just let people know, and they know. So
now he's feeling himself. So
now he's feeling
there
himself,
we go. Yeah, okay. On to more pressing matters. Scoot, please do the honors, my friend.
We are thankful for any fans and anybody who listens to us. Anyone. But this gentleman here has his own YouTube page full of wrestling things, on podcasts where they talk about wrestling and wrestling related things. So welcome everybody. True JSP, aka Juggernaut 97. Welcome, sir, to the podcast.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys bringing me on here. I'm ready to talk some good old wrestling with you guys.
Talk some good old wrestling. So we're gonna go ahead and start off a little somber. Then we're gonna, go from there. So let's get the heartfelt stuff out the way, which of course, rest in peace to Black Jack Lanza, former wrestler, former at the time agent and WWF times.
Yeah, during the time we were watching.
Nothing but good things has been said about this man.
Oh,
not one negative thing. So rest in peace to him. And then as of today, rest in peace to former TNA superstar Jimmy Rave.
Oh, really? I didn't even. Oh, man.
Yeah. If you remember earlier in the year, he had
his own issues, yeah,
and both of his legs amputated.
Yeah,
but he recently passed today. So definitely rest in peace, Jimmy Rave, part of the Rock and Rave Infection, which was the tag team he had with Lance Hoyt, aka
Lance Archer,
and Christy Hemme. So rest in peace to both of those gentlemen. And now we can get into the other things. And first things first. Let's just go ahead and delve in the realm of NXT for a bit.
Okay.
Since this rebrand, things have been up and down, pretty odd, pretty weird. But recently a story has came out that WWE is already ready to call up Odyssey Jones. How are we feeling about potentially Odyssey Jones already going to the main roster?
As long as he doesn't go the same route as Keith Lee, I mean, that's about how I'll really feel on it. Like, as long as his career has time to prosper in WWE.
I mean, he hasn't had time to prosper in NXT. He hasn't really done shit.
He really hasn't.
So I mean, I wouldn't want him to go the way of Keith Lee either, but I mean, who knows what his way is because he hasn't shown anything. I mean, granted, big fan of him. He does fantastic for what he's shown, but I mean, on that same token, what has he shown to be called up to the main roster?
I mean, he kind of got what should have been Taya Valkyrie's launch. Like you stick in NXT for a little bit, show off your moveset, get people familiar with you, and then there you go. However, like you just said, Lip, people haven't really even been able to get familiar with him. What's he had, about 5 matches?
Well, I know he was also doing a lot of matches on dark shows too. Like he's been doing dark shows on I think SmackDown.
Okay.
So I guess that's also helping him out as well. So what you got, Juggernaut?
Yeah, see, I don't think it's really time to move him up to the main roster right now. Like you guys said, we really haven't had enough time to see him, in NXT, and like you said, he hasn't had very much matches down there, so I don't really think it's the right time. But if they do move him up, I kind of want them maybe to have him, squash some jobbers up there, maybe get more familiar with him. And don't change his name to something stupid, because I have a feeling they're going to change his name to something really stupid when he gets up to the main roster.
Mm-hmm.
Also, sidebar, did you hear that WWE, they trademarking the name Dewdrop? So I think she's actually going. No, not Dewdrop. No, what was her name in NXT? Oh,
Piper Niven.
Piper Niven. Yeah, they trademarked the name Piper Niven now. So it looks like she might be getting her name changed back to Piper Niven.
Oh man, indeed.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
So that'd be good if she gets her name changed, because what I see from Raw, it seems like she's doing some pretty good stuff up there. So
yeah, she's feuding with Bianca Belair at the moment on Raw.
Oh, see, now that's a feud I can stand behind.
Yeah,
I actually I like that matchup.
Also too, we didn't get a chance. I know Jaeger and I discussed it, but we kind of talked about it briefly last time. WWE's NIL program, or Next in Line, they recently revealed the 15 athletes that are doing it. And for the peeps that don't know, the Next in Line program is the scouting of the collegiate athletes that will be training at the performance center and kind of getting their feet wet with wrestling, but not necessarily saying that they will become superstars. It kind of aligns with the whole that program that the NCAA just started now, with the whole the athletes can start getting paid. So not necessarily
like with the name and likeness type of thing. Yeah.
So it's not necessarily saying that these athletes will become wrestlers, but they have the option to explore wrestling if they choose to after they go through the program and whatnot. And they'll be also joining Gable Stevenson in the program as well. And most of the athletes were either football players, volleyball players, and basketball players. So any thoughts with the NIL program and what it could potentially bring, and them potentially going from the route of recruiting, I guess, wrestlers?
You know what this shit sounds like?
Oh, please tell me.
Vince McMahon clearly wanted to do the NFL and made the XFL.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Clearly, they're trying to go the way away from professional wrestling. And if that's the case, Vince, just go ahead and just revamp American Gladiators, because that's exactly what this shit sounds like. It's exactly what this shit sounds like.
Not gonna lie, wouldn't mind them doing it.
I mean, it seems like it's right up their alley to do some bullshit like this, because I mean, clearly they want to do all this wackadoo shit, and I'm, for lack of a better fucking term to fucking use,
Wackadoo.
But it's like, if you want to do the full entertainment aspect, I mean, American Gladiators. Hell, if you want to keep them all young, go do Global Guts. Sign a deal with Nickelodeon and do Global Guts. Something, because it's just like, what the fuck, man?
Well, everybody's favorite wrestling manager, Jim Cornette, he recently spoke on it. And he basically said, let's not pretend that WWE wasn't doing this for a while.
True.
That they've been recruiting non-wrestlers to be wrestlers.
I
So
mean,
this basically just fits in line with what they've been doing.
I mean,
It's just
aside
more
from
out there.
Casey Catanzaro, who I'm not sure I'm not sure her whole backstory,
He
but
did Ninja Warrior.
I mean, aside from the Ninja Warrior thing, like, was she an athlete as well beforehand?
I'm pretty sure a gymnast.
Oh,
I think she
that's
was a
what
gymnast. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so aside from gymnasts and football players, I don't recall like basketball players and volleyball players being a thing, but it just doesn't feel like it would be a complete move set or strong set to, especially if they decide after a few months, hey, I might not like wrestling, and shit, what if they get an injury that way and they want to go back to their original sport?
That's true.
Also
Well,
true.
I mean, if we're looking at it now, you're talking about Bianca Belair was track and field and CrossFit.
That's true.
Big E was former college football.
Football.
Roman was college football.
Almost was basketball.
Basketball.
So
I mean, Bianca being CrossFit though, I mean that's like half the training time right there.
true. But I mean, it is not necessarily far from what WWE has been doing. Because if you look at a lot of their top superstars, or the ones they even have today, most of them do not have wrestling backgrounds.
True.
And that's the way Vince likes it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I mean, but I guess that's the point I was trying to get at, though, is that the way WWE operates, you almost have to typecast who you're going to be pulling up into WWE. Yeah. And Vince wants those 6-foot-plus football player lookalikes or actual football players. He wants the women who look good but also are like super fit and can do this or that. I mean, you get your exceptions every now and then, but
and did I also mention that 2 of the women are twins? So
yeah,
we might get some more Bella Magic.
Well,
or adjacent.
Here's my issue with this, and you have to look at it from a professional sports standpoint. You see basketball and football, they primarily go after whoever's in college and sometimes high school.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The same goes for amateur wrestling. The same goes for anybody who is trying to try out for the Olympics. They go for people that's doing certain things in that same line. Mm-hmm. Impact, AEW, New Japan, they all scout people who are doing something within indie wrestling, professional, anything within that same realm. Mm-hmm. And with WWE, you pretty much had that with your own developmental company in NXT, as well as NXT UK. Prior to that, FCW, OVW, you have homegrown talent already. So now it would be stupid for all these companies, NFL, NBA, et cetera, to just say, you know what, let's go find some indie wrestlers. Maybe they'll do good in this sport over here. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
It doesn't.
So that's why I'm.
I think it was either earlier this year or last year when I was listening to Cornette, and he said the reason why back then a lot of football players were crossing over was because they were making more money in the wrestling world than in the football world.
So Loki agrees.
Apparently. Because, I mean, don't forget, we had a bunch of wrestlers a bunch of football players that was in WCW at one point. Mm-hmm. A bunch. But since it's not too far off from WWE, and then don't forget, the E does stands for entertainment.
True.
And don't forget, I mean, this is also the same people who got Reggie, who is a former Cirque du Soleil dancer, prancing and flipping around in the ring with legitimate move sets. So let's just not, I'm going
that far off. In Reggie's defense, though, he's like a utility player of a utility player, because granted, yeah, he is doing stuff in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, come on, nobody's really taking him serious as a professional wrestler. He's gone for the 24/7 championship, which a lot of non-wrestlers have won. So to me, it's like he's playing his part. So all right. But
like I said, who knows? They might find that diamond in the rough with this program, but we'll see how it works out.
Stop it.
Good old diamond mine.
Why? You hold on. First off, you just couldn't go one show. We just got back to doing Tag Me In, and
Bivens
you could
forever.
not wait to just pepper this shit in. Like, really?
Bivens forever. But I wasn't trying to make a diamond mine reference. It just came out that way. But like I was about to get ready to say, Juggernaut, what do you think of War Games? Because I know we shared our opinions, but ultimately, what did you think of War Games?
War Games, I mean, it was a show, I'll tell you that right now. Like, it was a show. I mean, there was good things and there was bad things. Like, I'll tell you, the women's War Games match, that really got me. Like, how much botches, like, I'm not botches, but how much, how sloppy it was. Yeah. Like, the ending of the match, like, and I watched what you guys said also, like, it was very sloppy at the end there, like, with the whole kendo stick and stuff, and with, what's her name? The one who rides a skateboard. I can't remember her name. Cora Jane. Like, it was very sloppy at the end there with, like, Mandy Rose and all that. So the women's match was very sloppy. And then I enjoyed the men's match. That was a lot better match. Especially with the whole DIY. That was pretty cool seeing them, reunited again. Braun Breaker, he looked pretty good in the match. Carmelo Hayes. I mean, that was a lot better match. The NXT Tag Team Championship match, that was pretty good on the show. I enjoyed that. Imperium, they looked really good. And, I really wasn't surprised what Von Wagner did, turning on Kyle O'Reilly, because, there was rumors that, he was going to be leaving WWE, which I wouldn't be surprised, if he heads over to AEW and starts tagging up with Bobby Fish. Because I want to see the guys get back together again. Have a whole, have a whole undisputed era, kind of like reunion over there. That'd be pretty cool.
I mean, he threw it up.
He did throw it up indeed. He did throw it up.
Oh, well, of course I'm bringing up NXT because, as y'all are aware, that was Gargano's and O'Reilly's, well, I didn't say their final appearance because they did appear Wednesday, but officially both of those gentlemen are free agents. Did everybody watch NXT Tuesday?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. The question I have for y'all before we talk about the free agency of these two men, those aren't proper send-offs.
Hell no.
And Gargano.
No.
This is the way I look at it. If you wanted to send me off that way, because Impact does the same thing. Impact either kills the people for some reason. If you want to send me off, beat the shit out of me. Because what Wagner did to O'Reilly and what Grayson did to Gargano, that just looks like, oh, I'm going to just take 2 weeks off and I'm going to come back and get my revenge. No, if you're going to beat me up, especially in a cage match or especially what Waller did to Gargano, lean into the ass whooping. Make it look so bad to where it's like, damn, he might not ever come back. I mean, if you want to the announce table and be like, all right, guys, well, Johnny Gargano's is long gone. Like, beat the shit out of me if you're going to send me off that way. Lean into the ass whooping.
I guess
hospitalize me.
I guess the random ambulance appearances are part of the budget cuts. But
I think this is probably WWE's way of watering it down so that way they leave room for interpretation. Because I mean, granted, O'Reilly
kind of said that too.
O'Reilly and Gargano probably made their had their decisions already made, but I mean, it's probably the same thing with Adam Cole. WWE was still at the final hour trying to negotiate with Cole to stay. So I think with them, it was like, you know what? We can still kind of keep them here. So let's do this instead of having some type of finality to it. So, you know, being hopeful. Didn't work though.
No.
Mm-mm.
What y'all got down there?
You want to go, Edgar? Okay, I'll talk about it. So, I mean, Kyle O'Reilly, with his kind of send off, like, it looked really weak to me, in my opinion. Like,
It was.
it was. I mean, I kind of got behind the Grayson Waller, taking out Johnny Gargano. I kind of took that. That one's a lot better, but like the Kyle O'Reilly, I mean, just hit like he didn't even like put his like arm like through the cage or something. Like he just hit him with the door. Like that's all he did for a few times. Like it didn't even look that devastating. Like you say, it looks like it's gonna be out for like a couple weeks or something. That's what they're.
Like I'm gonna be out for 2 weeks and I'm gonna come back and get revenge.
Yeah,
like slam it on his head or something. Like not, you know what I mean, but like
yeah. And then with the whole, go ahead.
No. By all means, this is your point, not mine.
And then the whole Johnny Gargano stuff, like I like this promo, but like put him through the announce table, like they could have did something a lot better with that. Like I don't know, it was just like you said, it felt like what Impact would do, kind of killing somebody off, like AKA Ethan Page when they took his heart out from on Impact. That was terrible. Or having somebody get shot and then bring it back. I saw this
too. Because then if you lean into the ass whooping even more, especially in Gargano's case, you can have Candice approach Grayson Waller and be like, what the fuck? Like, that's my husband you just did that to. He might not ever come back. Boom, that's your way to write off Gargano. But beating me up with a chair, slamming me through the announce table, that's like, I can come back in 2 weeks. That's not a send off. Like, beat the shit out of me if you're gonna really send me off.
I saw something funny on Instagram. It was like a meme. It showed Kyle O'Reilly and then it showed Johnny Gargano, and it showed Johnny Gargano crying, and it said, he's moving up to the main roster, and then it showed Kyle O'Reilly, he's looking all happy and stuff, and it showed him going to AEW. So I thought that was kind of funny. I thought that was kind of funny there.
It was. Because the thing is, if I was any of those superstars, I would look at the main roster and really be terrified.
Yeah, true.
I definitely would.
I would be absolutely terrified.
Because,
Go ahead.
Because like I feel like with what they were doing with NXT right now, I feel like they're trying to this is whole Vince's idea on what Raw and SmackDown is like he said Scoot it's more of like diet WWE or WWE or WWE Light. And it's trying to make so these characters or these wrestlers, when they get moved up to the main roster, they're not so flustered. Go like, okay, so they can actually know how the main roster works. I feel like that's why they're trying to make it so much like this, which I'm not a big fan of.
No.
Yeah, that's my thing. I'm trying to figure out what the end game is for this NXT 2.0. Like, what are they trying to accomplish that the previous iteration of NXT did not accomplish?
You know what? Honestly, from my look, from since it launched to now, I think it's more of a we want you to get used to the face. So for when male or woman translate to Raw or SmackDown, you will be used to the face, regardless of what we do to them since. You would be used to it because just like Friday, when Xia Li debuted, her last run in NXT, she was damn near an assassin, and now she's a damn near almost SmackDown's version of a superhero. So it's like,
what?
Get used to. Oh, y'all haven't been seeing Xia Li's vignettes?
No, I've been seeing them a little bit. Like I've been watching SmackDown here and there and stuff.
So for the last,
I must remind again that I do not watch the weekly WWE promotions aside.
So for the last 3 or 4 weeks, Xia Li has been having these comic book like vignettes talking about how she's quote unquote known as the protector. That, you know, when she was a kid, her brother was being picked on. No, her best friend or something like that was being picked on. She fought the bullies. Another one had to do, I think, with like a bad stepfather. She fought the stepfather. And like there's these comic book, like it looked cool. I'm not gonna lie. But she's known as the protector. And what happened was Naomi was fighting Sonya, and she had Shayna as the ring bell, the bell keeper, and Natalia as the timekeeper. Of course, it broke out into turning into a 3-on-1. Zaya comes out there and helps Naomi fend off the three women. So she's known as the protector, Zaya Lee.
Seems like some WWE shit. It seems like some shit that WWE will pull.
Now,
Like,
the last time we saw her, she was a damn near an assassin for T.N. Shaw, but now she's a whole good guy superhero type individual.
Did WWE just rip off Shang-Chi a little bit?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say there.
A little bit. Now, her entrance was kind of cool. I'm not going to lie. You know how they do the augmented reality type stuff? They did it pretty cool with her entrance. But once again, it's kind of like you get used to seeing one character this way, and then they get called up and now they're this way. And it's like, where's the continuity at here? Just like, I mean, hell, look at Finn Balor. Finn Balor was this shit-talking cool ass person in NXT. He goes back to the main roster. The man barely says 10 words. So that's just the way they do it.
You talk about completely watered down. They completely dried out the well with Mei Ying.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And she's not even there anymore.
No, she's there. She's there.
She is there. I forgot.
She's wearing a onesie, carrying around a sleeping mask and a pillow, and popping up randomly in segments.
Oh, that's her.
Yeah,
that's her.
Really? See, I've been kind of confused with that. Like, this is Vince's idea. Because like, oh yes, we're gonna put her in a onesie. Yes, this is a great idea. Yeah, that's definitely a Vince idea.
You go from mysterious assassin leader with some apparently mystical powers, and now she's sleeping somewhere in the segments in a onesie.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
What?
You know, WWE doesn't do wrestling. They make movies. You know, they're more about the entertainment.
There you go.
They got the continuity of a soap opera. Actually, no, soap operas still have more continuity.
Why do you want to trust them with your career at some point, you know? But speaking of, okay, so now that Johnny G and O'Reilly are officially free agents, is it inevitable that both of those men show up in AEW?
I think Kyle O'Reilly shows up, but Johnny Gargano, I think he's going to take a break for a while because, you know, he has a kid on the way soon, right? Like when I'm not sure when his kids do, but I think maybe Johnny
February in that promo.
Oh, February?
No, because that's when his son's going to be born.
Yeah, okay. So he said February.
He said he's going to take off for a while and be a dad.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't doubt seeing him probably maybe later next year.
Okay.
I mean,
do you think he's going to AEW, or do you think he might potentially re-sign back with WWE?
Signing back with WWE? Fuck no.
How much time does Candace have? I know she's on maternity leave, right? Is she on maternity leave by now?
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it's going to be late 2022, I believe.
So I'm pretty sure they might do Candace in that whole. They might treat her pregnancy like an injury, where she's gonna have to serve that time back.
Well, the good thing for her is that she's been doing segments on NXT, so that kind of helps with her time because she's actually fulfilling certain obligations.
Well, see, that's why I brought up the point, because kind of like what Yeager had said when Dr. Baker got into Kenny and all those faces like, hey, y'all killed my boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Candace could do the same to Grayson and be like, hey, what the fuck was that? Like, how dare you? You know what I'm saying? But
Oh no, that would be too perfect. Flip the script. That would be too perfect for Johnny to debut in AEW and come up to the Bucks like, what the fuck? You kicked my wife.
Now, and see, now that's the thing though, because if Johnny leaves, they're definitely not going to do that story with Candace because they're going to omit of anything Johnny Gargano related.
Yeah, true.
Since he's gone. Now AEW, oh, they'll definitely pull that shit. Absolutely. I don't know what Candace does. I think she's gonna effectively become enhancement talent because unless she wants to stay. If she wants to stay and become like a trainer or something, but other than that, yeah.
She can manage Indy and what's her name that Indy's running with?
Persia.
Oh, yeah, Persia Prada.
No, they're about to split them up. they've been hinting at that they're gonna split each other up. But
then she can manage Indy.
Of course, in WWE land, if you didn't know, Jeff Hardy has officially been released of his contract following a incident that happened at a house show in Texas where it was a 6-man tag, Jeff Hardy, Woods, and McIntyre versus the Bloodline. Jeff Hardy got slammed or something and disappeared off into the crowd and was not seen for the rest of the night as far as ring and everything. And then I think it was later on, they ended up releasing him from his contract. There's been words going around that WWE offered him to go to rehab and things like that. He denied it. But WWE ultimately, I guess, decided to cut their losses and went ahead and released Hardy from contract. Any thoughts?
Kurt Angle, it happened with Kurt Angle too. He had the same issue when he first left. He refused treatment.
What you got on that, Jaeger, about them releasing Hardy?
I see Brother Nero joining the HFO in about 90 days.
And that's when I will check out officially. I will be officially.
Of course, like all my best wishes to Jeff Hardy and his recovery path. If it is something that extreme, hopefully he does get the help he needs one way or another. But I mean, it's not like there aren't other avenues for him to take.
Do you think he should return to wrestling so soon?
That all depends on how severe he is with whatever's going on with him. Like,
you got, okay, I'm sorry, Jaeger.
I don't know. I mean, depending on if it's alcohol, I mean, it's not exactly hard to get
sober. They just said he had a rough night, so it's not.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Everybody's assuming a rough night means he must have been drunk or on something, but he just said he had a rough night. That's what WWE just put it as. So we're just assuming it had to do with sobriety, but we really don't know what happened.
That's true. That's true.
What you got, Juggernaut?
See, I don't think, like, to be honest, I don't want him to go anywhere for a while right now, because, like, you know, even if he shows up in AEW, like, I don't want him to go over there, because I want him to get his, like, health in order, like, get his, you know, whatever he has going on in his life. I want him to get that in order first, because people, you know, we think about, you know, like, if we don't see that wrestler on TV for a while, or if they have we don't think about the issues that they have going on in the real life. You know, like, you know, take John Moxley, for example. You know, he decided to go check himself into rehab, you know, because he wants to, you know, he cares about his, you know, life more and about his health more. So I think that's what Jeff Hardy needs to do first before he gets back into the ring. Yeah. And if he wants to go to AEW then, or, you know, because I wouldn't mind him, you know, going up, tagging with his brother again, you know, maybe him getting one more, you know, tag team title run. That'd be pretty awesome. Or maybe even getting a world title run somewhere. That'd be pretty cool.
In the HFO.
Oh no!
One can only hope.
That will just propel the HFO to their relevancy,
the new heights,
like they deserve.
You know, I want to see the whole deletion. I want to see the, see it over in AEW. See Brother
Probably
Nero.
yes.
He kind
Hey.
of, I mean, Matt Hardy kind of still teases it, even though he's big money Matt right now.
Uh-huh.
Cringe.
Scoot's favorite.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead on that. Y'all can take it from here. So Ring of Honor just had their potentially final show, final battle this past weekend. They crowned a new champion with Jonathan Gresham. He beat Jay Lethal. Adam Scherr, formerly known as Braun Strowman, he made an
Unleashed
appearance.
the Titan.
Yep, the Titan Adam Scherr. He made an appearance. I guess with Ring of Honor having potentially its final show, the wrestlers didn't make it any better because they was posting all of these posts, and I was like, wait, did Ring of Honor decide to finally close down? Because I am so confused. But with that being said, with Ring of Honor potentially having their final show, where do you think that would put all that talent?
See, I think AEW right now, they got so much talent over there. I don't think every wrestler needs to go over to AEW or WWE. Like they can go other places. Like Impact can use some more wrestlers over there. GCW. You know, there's other small indie promotions out there. Like not every wrestler needs to go to either AEW or WWE.
Well,
Because
oh, go ahead.
What's that?
I was gonna say, if you feel like traveling, I mean, New Japan's always an option.
Yeah, New Japan.
That's also true too.
But what were you saying?
I'm trying to think of some other promotions. I'm trying to think of other promotions that they could go to, like out of the big, out of the big ones like GCW, AEW, WWE,
MLW.
MLW, yeah, MLW is a good one.
House of Glory.
Yeah, House of Glory, yeah.
I mean,
around here in the Midwest, they got Wrestling Revolver, which is Sam Callahan's promotion. They got that. Which I actually just went to a show back in it was at the end of October. They had this whole like Halloween special, and John Moxley was at that show. That was the last show that John Moxley wrestled at.
Oh shit!
And Danhausen, he got injured at that show. He had like
is that how he fucked up his leg?
Yeah, that's how he fucked up his leg. Like he got. Oh, this guy, his name is Connor Everett. He's like he's really green, and he they did this like move on the ring apron. I didn't see it completely, but yeah, that's how he injured. That's how Danhausen injured his leg. Yeah.
Oof.
Damn.
Personally speaking, yeah, I kind of agree with the sentiment that everybody just needs to go to AEW. I know Cornette kind of had his dream match because he would like to see FTR versus the Briscoes. Other than that, we shall see. We shall see because
aren't the Briscoes tag team champions in GCW right now? I thought they were.
I think they are. If I read that correctly, because I think I saw that around the same time that Vox got the title off of Cardona.
Yeah, I think they are. Because I was here when I was watching the show, I heard on commentary them saying, "Oh yeah, the Briscoes are GCW tag team champions," but I'm not exactly sure.
But yeah, so Ring of Honor. Hopefully, this isn't the end because you did propel and jumpstart a lot of people's career. So let's hope this is not the end, and this is the way y'all go out.
Because how it looked to me, I thought they were just releasing them from their contracts. But after watching the show, it seems like they're really, shutting down the doors. They're like they don't know what's going to be happening in 2022.
Yeah, they really don't know what's going to happen. Yeah, like
and that's what commentary was like. But I'm going to be interested to see what happens with Deonna Purrazzo and what's her name? She's the Ring of Honor champion over there, the women's champion right now. I can't think of her name right now. Her name's blanking right now, but
it's blanking on me too.
Oh, I can't think of it, but yeah, Deonna Purrazzo. I wouldn't be surprised if she takes the Ring of Honor Women's Championship, and she has it over there on Impact, Because like maybe he'll bring over some more, Ring of Honor talent and maybe like do some like cross promotion. I think that'd be pretty cool. And also, Roxy, that's her name. Yes, exactly, Roxy. Which, from what I've seen of her, she looks like she's been doing pretty good. She's been defending the title like around a lot of different indie promotions and stuff. But yeah, that's gonna be interesting. Interesting to see Roxy and Deon Purrazzo, and the whole FTR and Briscoes. That is gonna be a
Yeah, that
banger
would
of
be
a
a
match.
potentially great match.
Yeah.
That's gonna be dope.
All right, so I don't know if y'all have recently heard, but there was an event in Texas, and a wrestler by the name of Hannibal, aka Devin Nicholson, he took a spot too far when he tackled the ref and then proceeded to take a spike and started driving it in the ref's forehead and shit, and completely busted the man open, left him bloody, pulled, and everything. And it was in was it World Class Pro Wrestling? That was the event.
He was in a match with
Carlito. Yeah. And he just decided to take measures in his own hands and just take a spike, started just jabbing it in the ref, and it was like, oh boy. And even watching the video, it was like, why are you doing this? And of course, he's been banned from the promotion. But I feel like something more severe should happen when you're doing stuff like that.
Well, for one, the ref Lando Del Toro is fine. He's made a number of posts that he's okay. Now in terms of Hannibal, Blood Hunter,
yes.
So when I first caught wind of this, and I seen a lot of backlash, a lot of people saying he needs to be banned from just the community, needs to be banned from all wrestling shows, promotions. I thought that was a little extreme on first hearing it, but then caught wind of his history. He has a history of one being completely unprofessional. He has a history of all types of harassment. You go ahead and fill in the blanks. So yeah,
I would say, personally speaking, it's just more of a, we don't really need guys like this in professional wrestling.
No.
Like, taking matters in your own hand, trying to do stuff for the views and the look. We really don't need it. So, yeah, like, I don't know. It's when you're trying to take things too far for the gram. It doesn't. But yeah, glad the ref is doing okay for one. But yeah, just
yeah, and that's the thing on that end, is the fact that we just, the good thing about the community is that they can readily identify wrongdoing, especially when you can tell that it's intentional. So it's like, if there's something that was an accident, then you can be like, okay, you know what, they're bad. Like let's take AJ Styles. New Jack.
Yeah, New Jack's a good one, because like how he takes things into his own hands back in the day.
True. And you could think about why is it blanking on me right now? Yoshi.
Oh, Yoshi Tatsu, when he took the
Yoshi
Styles
Tatsu
Clash?
with the Styles Clash, absolutely. So AJ Styles can get backlash like that because he knew, it's like with the way that move is taken, depending on whether you're the giver or the receiver, it could go a certain way.
Yes.
But everybody knows AJ Styles is a constant professional. So they looked at that as, hey, it's one of the accidents that happen. Shit happens. So from that point, it's like, yeah, we're just gonna move it to a point to where we're not gonna worry about that because we understand. So everybody gets a slap on the wrist, or you just let it go completely. So on that end, we don't worry about it. Wait, Scoot.
I'm corpsing right now. What's up? All right, I'm back. But yeah,
You died over there.
Leave me be.
but yeah. So I'm back. All right, so
Still on there.
not really so much AEW news per se, but I guess we can just talk about what we thought about this past week in AEW.
Oh, perfect.
That's great.
Look, no, here's the thing. And Nyla Rose was the one that reminded me of how good she is with her fucking one-liners.
Okay.
Gotcha, bitch.
There you go. Yeah. So she and she doesn't do it like just every fucking episode. She does it at a point in time where it's like you least expect it, and when she does do it, it catches you off guard in the best way possible. So when Ruby Soho was having the back and forth with Penelope Ford and Bunny, she gets ready to attack, and then she fights him off, and then all out of nowhere, you just hear, surprise, bitch! And then Nyla Rose comes into the picture. I have never wanted something on a shirt so bad.
Surprise, bitch.
Surprise, bitch, with Nyla Rose in the motion of attacking Ruby Soho. I want that. I want that yesterday. So yeah, that's where I'm going on that. And now, I mean, can we talk about the fantastic work that CM Punk has done? I mean, especially on last week's episode. I mean, people have talked about it in nauseam, but I mean,
yeah.
I hope he's getting all the proceeds for that shirt.
with Britt Baker as one of the four pillars.
Yeah.
I would say this: the back and forth with Punk and MJF has definitely been a great thing. I am 100% certain MJF has to win this match.
You think they're going to have multiple matches, or is this going to be like a one-time blow-off thing?
Well, considering AEW usually does a bunch of one and dones, other than FTR and the Lucha Bros, but
True.
I think it's going to be a one and done. I can see it being a one and done, and I can see MJF giving Punk his first loss.
Yeah, MJF needs to go over. He needs to go over.
This is good, and you know what? I can see Punk as being the guy that would actually do that for MJF.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know if this is a hot take or not. I kind of want Danielson to beat Page.
Whoa.
Well, that's kind of going a little far right now.
Look.
I mean, I was agreeing with you for the most part and everything else, but whoa, you went a little far there.
Don't get me wrong. I wanted Hangman to be champion and everything, but when you having such this great heel turn and heel run that Danielson is having right now, it's gonna I'm not gonna say it's gonna necessarily stop dead when he loses to Hangman, but it would be great if he just takes the belt off of Hangman. Even though Hangman just won it a month ago. I'm sorry.
It's not like every wrestler, needs to have a long title reign over there in AEW. So that
is true.
This could throw some people off if Danielson does win. And go like, oh, people weren't expecting him, to actually win title. They were expecting Hangman to have a longer title reign.
Yes.
So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they did that, but that's going a long way, having him lose this early.
I mean, yeah, it would. It would. Ultimately, it'll make Hangman look bad, but it would be a great twist.
I still think that loss is reserved for MJF.
Oh, I think so too.
Mm-hmm.
I think so too.
Especially assuming he does beat Punk, he'll be riding on all the highs from that. And for him, and then for him to be the next person to take on Hangman after beating CM Punk, it would only be appropriate.
I think Hangman would lose the title maybe around Double or Nothing. I think that'd be a good time to take that off of him.
I think he might lose it at Revolution.
That's what I'm thinking too.
Revolution.
Yeah, I think Paige might really have a short title reign.
But you do see this though, right? How speculation all around. None of us can accurately predict
That
when
is true.
Hangman is going to lose a title, and that's the beauty of AEW's booking
Yeah.
because
Mhm.
we can't readily predict what the fuck is going to happen. I mean, in some cases, yes, but I mean, that's what is missed in WWE, and of course, not to do the comparisons like that, but I mean, it's blatantly obvious, and AEW just knows how to book their product. I
Mhm.
just wish the ratings would reflect that more, though.
Mm-hmm. And AEW with their feuds, it seems like their feuds are more like a type of like a slow burn. You know,
Mhm.
like they really drag the feuds out more, more than WWE does because they go like, have you have this going on for a month and then the feuds, they're done with it. But with AEW, they know how to drag on a feud. They know how to make it. They know how to suck all the juice out of the feud, which is really
Yes.
good.
Without making it overstay its welcome.
That's true. That's very
Yeah.
true.
What else is going on in AEW that I missed? Because I mean, of course. Oh, Trent. Trent's
Yeah,
got a
Oh
brand new
yeah,
deal.
Trent's return. Yeah.
the return of one Moxley looking Trent Beretta.
And
Oh,
Sue. And Sue.
You can't
but
forget about Sue. Sue's the
you
most
know,
important in this.
I love
I've
the way
said
Trent's
I've
that like they
said
just
what
like
I've
walk her
said.
out.
I've said what I said about the best friends as a whole, and it still holds true.
What?
It still holds true.
What?
I'm over all of it. Yes, I'm happy Trent is back. I'm over it. I'm over it.
Trent is necessary for the best friends,
Oh,
especially
absolutely.
when
Gotta
when you
agree.
when you talk about this deal with chaos. And
Oh yeah.
that's not a slide at Orange or Chuck, but to me, it's hard to take the best friend seriously, and especially without Trent. I mean, you could think of Wheeler Yuta, but the way that they treat him as just more of a prospect than an actual like
Yeah.
member of best friends.
Mm-hmm.
And Orange is because his character is so nonchalant, it's hard to put him at the forefront and say, okay, you know what? Yeah, here we go. Because you can't take him seriously. And that sucks on his end. Now with Chuck, he should be the one that would be able to take the reins when Chuck's gone. I mean, when Trent's gone. But he hasn't looked credible. And again, no offense to Chuck, but he hasn't looked credible since that street fight they had with Proud and Powerful. That street
Mm-hmm.
fight, that when he that's a Chuck that I want to see. That's a Chuck that we should have been seeing this entire time while Trent had been gone. But we
Mm-hmm.
haven't. And that's why it seems as though and as far as from my standpoint, why it seems that best friends have lost their luster, especially with this whole partnership with Chaos, because even that I mean, Rocky Romero is the only thing that's making this whole thing seem somewhat legitimate.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. Thanks, Loki. I
Loki agrees
appreciate
too.
that.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm happy Trent's back. The injury he came back from, but over it.
Okay,
Huh? What's up?
look, Dynamite was cool. Dynamite was cool. I liked
Okay.
it. They look. That's fine. Outside of what I'm about to say, Miro, get back because you got to redeem yourself. No pun intended. From that promo that
Mm-hmm.
you did with that whole white background. I
Yeah,
didn't like it.
that was
So
weird.
we got to do something about that. But I'm this is probably the only deal that I'm gonna put up on screen. Hook.
Yo,
Hook.
I'm gonna say this right now. I see why we waited so long. I see why we waited so long to get Hook. Granted, it was Fuego del Sol. But I see why we waited so long.
Hey, Pegasus also went up against Miro a couple times.
The match itself
I
was
said
cool.
what I said.
The match itself was cool, and that's fine. Here's the thing: if you gave me everything outside the match, I would have been fine too.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure somebody else has said this. I am almost definitively certain that somebody else has said this. Hook gets it. Now the hair thing, I'm still on the fence about.
Fam,
but outside of that, he fucking
the hair
gets
situation.
it.
But hey.
His mannerisms, the way he walks to the ring, his nonchalantness that Orange Cassidy should technically have, but we're not talking about that. It's like if you were to create a wrestler son and you think about Taz, this is like the perfect way to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not like he's Taz light. It's not like he's trying to be Taz. He's still his own person with some Taz mannerisms and he's taken some of Taz's offense as well, but he still made things his own. This is what's going to revitalize Team Taz.
I can agree.
Mm-hmm.
And
I agree with that.
Most people would think, oh yeah, Ricky Starks, but yeah, Ricky Starks cool. He's young in that aspect, which means he's still part of that future. But there's a contrast between him and Hook. Ricky Starks, all flash, loud, all this. Hook is the person that you keep your eyes on when there's a situation going on.
Hook is that dude, if you remember that old Simpsons episode when the Yakuza and the Mafia was going at it, and Marge was like, Homer, get in the house. And he was like, no, but the guy in the white, he hasn't done nothing yet. But when he does something, it's going to be good. And she was like, Homer, get in the house. And all you hear is him just beating ass. That's going to be Hook.
And I'm glad you said that, because that's the beauty of that whole situation. Because now everything from the past year makes so much more sense.
Mm-hmm.
Because you look at Hook being like, he's like, you know what? I'm not going to do something unless I need to. I'm not going to talk unless I need to. He just walks around nonchalant, eating chips, doesn't do nothing because he knows. It's like, all right, do what you want with these guys. They can handle themselves, but just don't come me. I'm going to fuck you up.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see more of Hook.
Yeah, I agree.
It's crazy how that's changed, because I was like, you know what? I don't give a shit about Hook. Like, thanks, Loki. Like, go somewhere. We trying to see these guys on this end. And now it's like, yo, bring Hook out.
Send Hook. Speaking of Team Taz, what the fuck was all of that with the whole Dante Martin shit with the Battle Royal?
Oh my gosh. Okay.
I would like to ask somebody to explain that to me, please.
Okay, so remember,
I'm just as confused with that.
I mean, I saw it, but like, why even abandon Leo Rush if you're gonna just turn the fuck around and I don't know.
Why'd you get a tire made?
You know what? He better win that ring. That's all I gotta say.
I think he is because of CM Punk.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, I did think about
distract MJF, and that's what's going to get Dante Martin.
Okay. If Martin wins because of CM Punk, then CM Punk's definitely going to lose.
Yeah. But yes, I mean, I don't get why I even did the whole Dante Martin pretending to be part of Team Taz, and then 2 weeks later, he betrays Team Taz.
Well, I mean, none of it. There was no payoff, and then 2, I don't even want to say it was rushed, because it really didn't go anywhere.
Fine.
Rushed.
No pun intended. But I mean, like,
but yeah, it
like,
didn't go
why? They caught my attention for a quick second. I was like, huh, all right. And then, because what contract did he sign?
I don't know.
He signed a fucking contract.
That means he breached it. Is Taz going to pursue legal action now because of
I
Hook
thought that
breaching
was
the
going to be his announcement when he was talking about Hook, but he was only talking about Hook. He wasn't talking about, oh, I'm gonna, So who knows?
I guess we'll have to see.
Maybe that'll be Hook
That.
like ultimate match at the end of this action. It'll be him going against Dante Martin, the betrayer.
Oh, okay, all right.
Hell,
Hook needs to be Sammy Guevara.
And then it was even cool that Taz even renamed the Taz Mission.
Oh, Red Rum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, but
it fits.
Yeah, I thought that Dante Martin stuff was just like, why did this happen?
Yeah, why? Why is the main thing?
Yeah, the Hook stuff was so much better. Like, I just love the whole aesthetic with like how Hook came out to the ring, like how it just said Hook on the Titantron. That's all it said. It wasn't anything. It wasn't anything fancy. Like, this is what Orange Cassidy should be. Like, this is how Orange Cassidy should come out and stuff. And I like how they didn't overexpose Hook in that match. Like, they didn't like they just showed him like, okay, this is what he could do. But like, they're not gonna overexpose him here. Like, it looks like he's gonna be like more of like a ground and pound, more of like a more technical wrestling type, and which that's what I loved, and how he used the Taz mission, or what's his finisher called? What's he calling it again?
Red Rum.
Yeah, which is good. I liked it. That really fits a lot.
What else happened to AEW that's worth?
Oh, I know that y'all are excited to see Sammy Guevara go up against heel Cody Rhodes.
Yo, hey, that man's a face. That man is a face.
You didn't see him? Did you not see him tease that exit that he did? He almost went through the heel exit, and then he was like, "Oh wait, y'all fucking thought."
Now, I mean, at this point, Cody's become a troll.
Oh yeah.
I am so tired of Cody Rhodes at this moment.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I think everybody is.
We all are, to be honest.
Look, I do like Cody, but at this point, this is one of the situations where now he is in that same John Cena box where it's like, yo, it's John Cena and Roman Reigns. Like, it's like you go ahead, just go ahead and
Triple H.
Fans. And Triple H.
Yeah.
Like, just listen to the fans. Even if it's for a small stint, just go ahead and turn heel. Revitalize Ring of Honor so that way you can take that title and then just throw it in everybody's face and bring back the actual Ring of Honor. Like, do that. Just do that. There you go. Perfect. Get people to hate you more for the right reasons and then bask in the shit. Shout out to Keith Lee. But yeah, do that. Become that heel. Become the new Triple H in that regard.
Also, get rid of the blonde hair. I'm tired of him being a blonde.
Oh yeah, bring the black hair back.
Yeah, because I remember when he brought that back against Brody Lee. That was really. I thought that was cool, and then he went blonde again. I'm like, what?
So
that didn't make any sense.
From what I know is that he only did the black hair bits because he was doing spots in Arrow.
Oh, yeah, that's
okay.
Right. That's right.
Okay.
So that was mainly whenever his schedule was intersected.
But yeah, I just hate the whole character of Cody Rhodes right now. How how his character is booked right now. I mean, he's a good wrestler and all, but it's just the way he's being booked is what makes me like. I hate how he's kind of being shoved down our throats a little bit, which is terrible. Like, I wouldn't mind him having a heel turn him heel.
Oh, speaking of,
or go to Ring of Honor, help revamp that company. Like,
speaking of misfires, Malachi, my guy, if you're gonna do the poison miss spot, can you be 3 steps closer to your target?
Oh, wait.
Can you be a little bit closer to your target if you gonna do the miss spot?
Here's the funny thing about it, because me and Britt were watching it at the same time, and she was sitting there watching it, and so she saw that spot, and the first thing she said is, "Wait, didn't he spray Brian Pillman Jr. as well?" It's like, how come he's not reacting the same way? Because then he's like, didn't he spray more on him than he did her? And it's like, look, Julia Hart had some makeup on, and the chemicals within the mist they converged, and it caused a burning sensation. Brian Pillman Jr. was not wearing makeup. This is why he was unaffected.
So that's what it is.
Okay. And this is why even her scream was so delayed, because the chemicals had to take time to have that effect.
That's why Brian
Pillman Jr. like to sink in. Yeah, I see.
That's why he was trying to wipe some of the mist off his hands.
And then now this is why Lee Johnson is about to come into play to go ahead and fight for his girlfriend's honor.
He already got his ass whooped.
True. And now this is his redemption story, but he's gonna ultimately lose.
He's gonna lose again. Yeah.
Yeah. See.
And the acting, Brian Pillman Jr. was so horrible. It was so horrible.
And we've been down this road with Brian Pillman Jr. It's just
we
have miscues. It's just miscues with him.
Like you couldn't pick her up and rush her to the back, like nothing. It was like, okay, all right, that's fine.
Now that scream though, that scream was.
I mean, kudos to her selling it. Cause
it was a bit much. She had that, like she was trying to try out for a horror movie scream.
But put her in the next Halloween movie.
There you go.
There you go.
I mean, she'd fit right in with the nonsense that was going on with that one, but that's a whole nother conversation. But Scoot, before we even close this out, do we have any? Because I don't, unless you blindsided us with some shit that I didn't see coming.
As of right now, no. I think that is everything that happened in this past week.
It was very tame. I was getting ready to get hit with the okie doke, but I'm fine. I'm actually okay with that.
Well, I guess I can give y'all a quick update. Matt Hardy did a Twitch stream, and he basically said Jeff is okay, Jeff is good. You know, Jeff doesn't need rehab. You know, he just kind of
I think Jeff's wife said this around the same thing.
Yeah. So. But yeah, Jeff is good, and he's in good spirits. So that's the update from Matt Hardy as of now.
Well, that's good.
That's good, but I mean at the same time that's still his family. So I mean, you're not gonna take up for your family, you know, especially in the public eye. So who knows?
Make sure that he's not doing like a denial bit, but making sure that this is a guy coming from the mindset of a wrestler that hey, he's fine. He's been through worse before. He'll be okay.
Yeah.
But other than that should be about everything.
Okay. Well, for those of you watching, this is pretty much going to be what Tag Me In is going to be moving forward. You will get quick tags on both NXT 2.0, which we're still struggling through. I appreciate Scoot for taking the reins every now and then on that shit.
I mean,
it's rough. It is, and shout out to Leon.
We ain't talking about Leon.
It is rough getting through some of these shows as far as NXT goes. They're trying in some regard, but there are just some moments where it's like I just can't watch this. But yeah, NXT, AEW, Dynamite, Rampage are all still going to be covered. Tag Me In, we will cover news topics. It's going to be basically a big scoop with the scoops, if you will. So keep that in mind. But with that being said, any final thoughts on anything that's going on, guys?
Winter is coming.
Winter is indeed coming. It's actually already here.
I want Danielson to win.
That's a bold take there. That's a bold take.
It is.
Not happening.
Of course, it's not going to happen, but I want Danielson to win.
I mean,
no.
I mean, if we had some betting odds on that, you know, and
I mean, of course, yeah, I'm gonna lose because I'm not a betting man.
if we had some betting odds on that, and he actually won, man, you'd be making some pretty big money there.
Oh, now one thing I will bet on: there will be a 10-man tag. It's going to be the Best Friends versus the Young Bucks, Bobby Fish, Adam Cole, and
O'Reilly.
the fifth person will be O'Reilly. I don't know when that's gonna happen, but I'm betting on that.
I mean,
doesn't O'Reilly have a 30-day like no compete clause or something?
No, I think him and Johnny's are good to go.
Show up.
Oh yeah, because their contracts are over. Yeah.
Yeah, so he can show up. But whenever they decide to do that 10-man tag, Kyle O'Reilly will be the other member since Kenny is out.
Okay. All right. Jay, you got any final thoughts?
No, like I'm all good here. Yeah.
Yeager, what about you?
I got two.
Okay.
Shout out to Kenny for continuously posting like the recovery chamber from the Frieza saga on his
Oh yeah.
And two, look, man, I don't sleep much, so so it's embarrassing that as you came on this episode that that happened, but you know, sometimes you gotta snap back out of it. And
you know, sidebar, I thought you were kind of frozen there for me. I got, wait, is he frozen? Is the Jaeger frozen?
That's happened too.
Oh yeah, that's happened as well.
Oh yeah, I'll make it happen right now. No, I'm kidding.
I got like, did his internet go out? I got like, what's wrong over there?
But yeah, I was just talking about this last week, how that hadn't happened in a while, and then
you jinxed yourself.
I did.
Saying it. You actually spoke that shit into fruition.
But yeah, no. Solid week in wrestling for AEW, at least. NXT, well, / WWE Light. You just got to work on your send-offs as a whole. Like, don't go as far as killing somebody, but
Impact Wrestling.
Bring back your ambulance budget or something. I don't know. Let's go.
What you got? This
continue to unleash the cheeks.
GG Dolan.
Yeah. Cheeks Dolan.
Cheeks Dolan.
Because here's the thing, because Toxic Attraction is all good and well, but I mean the star in my opinion in that group is GG Dolan.
Yes.
I mean, just all in all.
I mean,
speaking of GG Dolan, she needs to quit licking the title. that like when she does like that little thing like where she licks the title, like that needs to stop right there. Like nah, no, that ain't it right there.
Is that a little more PG-13 for you than PG or?
Yeah, that's a little more TV-14, PG-13, whatever. Like she needs to quit licking that. I mean, it's different. Page. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I'm not going to tell you to stop, but I'm not going to tell you to keep doing it
either. I mean, hey, it is what it is. But
I mean, she does her. She can do that if she wants. I mean, if it makes her feel better, she go right ahead and do that.
I mean, not for nothing, guys, but I mean, I've been saying this since she was on the main roster. But I mean, did y'all see Mandy Rose's Instagram recently?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, buddy. No. I posted it in the chat.
Yeah, I said she doesn't look bad. It's just I don't know. It's the believability.
I mean, look, we all look. Mandy looks good. We know that, but at the same time, this is a new era of WWE. You know, women are taken seriously as far as in-ring professionals. So
this true.
So for me, again, show me your in-ring. Don't continue to show me your ass. We know you got that. That's fine. What can you do inside the ring?
But see, that's why she's the toxic of the toxic attraction.
I'm not giving her that.
She's all looks and no wrestling. No, I'm kidding.
You know what? And now we have a new topic for Hot Tag. So we'll get to that. But Scoot, let these mother effers know where they can find you.
You know, once again, after being exiled, thanks to Jaeger, and you know, don't have the strength and energy to be in the mines and anything like that, you can just find me roaming these streets. You know, I'm trying to find my new purpose out in these ice cold streets since I've been exiled. Thank you again, Jaeger. But you know, you can find me. It's been scrolling at the bottom. IG, Twitch, TikTok. You can always find on YouTube as well. You can always find me with the Less Than Stealthy Ninjas, the other affiliation I'm with. Shout outs to Aranya, Boss, and Zerk. You know, we got podcasts, we got streams, both
so much going
podcasts and streams. All of that. Same platforms: YouTube, Anchor, Spotify, Google, TikTok, IG. Googleable. That's what it is. just Google it. Like
IG.
It's everywhere. Just Google it. Just Google it. So all you gotta do is just Google it. we out here. JSP, where can they find you and all the yo stuff, sir?
So yeah, you can follow me on Twitter at @TheTrueJSB, and then you can also check me out on YouTube, Juggernaut097. You know, I do all my wrestle videos up there, which I need to start back into doing wrestle videos on there again. It's just, you know, there's just so much wrestling on these days. It's so hard to keep track of. It's even with WWE, it's. I mean, I barely watch the main roster that it is, but like, I mean, even with all the stuff that AEW has going on, I mean, sometimes it's hard to keep track of that. And then you got all these other independent promotions, you know, with New Japan and all that, with all the shows they got going on. And also, you can check me out on the Instant Classic Wrestling podcast. You can check me out on their YouTube channel as well, and they also with the Facebook channel or the Facebook account. And we also talk about some football on there. You know, so if you like want to get your daily dose of some NFL picks for the week, come over, stop by on there.
Hell yeah!
And you also can check me out on Instagram at @TheTrueJSB as well. Same down below there. So yeah.
Nice.
Lady Killer, Heartthrob, Heartbreaker.
Look.
Which pile of ladies can they find you under?
Oh shit. Well, there's this one girl named Twitter, another one named TikTok, and this odd pair named Xbox and PlayStation. All under one thing. Right there, Jaeger Bombastic. And I mean, you can't sleep on me because I'm already sleeping on y'all, apparently.
I like what you did there. That was pretty good.
So, yeah, by all means, contact me. DM me. Video call if you're bold enough. You might find a surprise or two if you do that, though.
Okay, so yeah, don't do that one.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, if you video call, you can be sleeping together,
Oh, there you go.
There you go. There you go.
There you go.
But Dizzle.
The Diesel.
Besides Formers Only.
Nope.
OnlyFans.
Plenty of fish.
I feel like
MySpace.
Feel like y'all waited.
What was it called? My Yearbook?
Yeah.
No. That's the answer to that one. Just no.
Tinder, Tumblr.
No.
Ashley Madison.
No. Oh, look. Okay. See now y'all got JSB in on this. Look here. Look. No to all of that. But where you can find me, because that if you Google if you Google me in this, you're not going to find accounts under that. You're not going to find any accounts at all. Period. Point blank, plain and simple. But what you will find is Lifestyle One Up. No. You'll find Lifestyle One Up for that daily dose of positivity on all your podcast listening platforms. On top of that, you can find Lifestyle One Up on your IGs, your Twitters, your TikToks, your YouTube, all that. But also not on all those the platforms that they just spoke of.
Just
to shoot the shit.
If you want that stuff, you just got to get on the VPN.
No. Look, it's you got it. Look, here it is. Bam. Scroll on the crawl. You got it. There it is. Now, with that said, see, now you're fucking me up because I'm thinking about all this bullshit and I can't even send off the correct way. But whether you loved it or hate it, don't forget to rate it. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Leave all your comments, concerns, questions down below. Look, if you dislike the shit, I can't help you because YouTube took away the fucking dislikes. I personally missed the dislike.
Wait,
yeah,
did
they did.
You don't know about this?
Yeah, they took it because
like people would shoot down, people mainly in mainstream media would get their videos shot down, like to oblivion on the dislikes. And
I know that, but I know they took it away. Okay.
Yeah,
that's the correlation. They started talking to YouTube, and YouTube was like, "Oh,
you can still dislike, but it doesn't show the dislike number. It just says it'll say the like number, and then it'll just say dislike. That's it. But yeah, so either way, if you dislike the shit, still tell us in those comments below.
Leave it in the comments.
You disliked it, and then tell us why. So that way, Scoop can talk to you about that. But
and I can super kick you.
Then there you go.
Look, if you dislike it, I didn't respond to you. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry.
Yes, it's an alliance. That's what it is. But hit that notification bell. Hit that notification bell so you can get updated on all the shit that we drop. I'm not going through the whole list of what. Quick tag, hot tag, tag me in, freeze tag, vote with your wallet, Jaeger After Dark Elevation, Scoot with the scoops and all the monthly updates, etc., etc., etc. But until you see these handsome faces and hear these immaculate voices, I bid you all a big mother effing adieu. But before I tag the fucketh out, I got to give my boys, as well as Jay, a nice, warmed up, too fucking sweet.
Hey.
Bada, bam. And as always, tag the fucketh out.